Okay, the other day I went to a thrift store, picked up 5 books, got all of these books for like $17. I think that's a pretty good deal. Some of them are books that I was gonna pay full price for, and other ones just seemed interesting. So maybe this is something I continue to do. Maybe I continue to pick up books that are cheaper, that aren't really something I was looking for, and maybe we get something very interesting. But I'm just gonna go through these books, go through why I picked them up, and maybe it inspires you to do something similar. Maybe it inspires you to pick up these exact books, or go to a thrift store, go to a Goodwill, and look what they have. Because I mean, the best thing about going to a bookstore, the best thing about looking at books, is you always find something that you didn't know you were going to like. So the first book I picked up was something I've already read, The Myth of Sisyphus. I picked this up because it was $2.99, and I wanted to pick this up simply because I want to give this to someone. This is a book that I really enjoyed, and if I can share something that I enjoy with someone, and especially for so cheap a price, why not? The basic premise of this book is that you have to imagine Sisyphus pushing the rock to the top of the mountain, and as it's falling down, you have to imagine him smiling. This is a allegory to the absurdist worldview, the idea that nothing matters, but we find meaning in the little things. And it truly is a beautiful book. It exemplifies 3 different aspects of humanity, whether it's the actor, whether it's the Don Juan, whether it's the conqueror, and how we all kind of fall into one of these 3 categories, trying to prolong our legacy, trying to accomplish something on this earth that leaves a legacy that is there when we die. But the truth is, every single person's accomplishments will one day fade, and you need to find solace in this fact and find meaning in this fact, because that's all we can cling on to. The next thing I found very interesting was this is a book that pits C.S. Lewis's beliefs against Sigmund Freud's beliefs, and I think this is going to be a very fun read because it's not actually written by either author. It's basically someone is putting what C.S. Lewis said about a topic versus what Sigmund Freud said about a topic, and this is something I'm very excited to read. I saw the title, I saw C.S. Lewis, Sigmund Freud together, and I'm like, there's no way they wrote a book together. Let me pick this out. And I was pleasantly surprised at what this book is. So I cannot wait to read this. I cannot wait to get back on you, because I think truly C.S. Lewis has the best defenses of traditional values, and I'm not really someone that is so onto rigidity, so onto like we need to live this way, but C.S. Lewis has the best argument for it. And obviously Freud is up there in terms of creating his own worldview, creating a lasting effect on the field of psychology. So it'll just be interesting to see how these 2 oppose each other, and maybe they are in agreement in some manner. So the next thing I picked up was Siddhartha. I've heard this is a classic. I don't know what it's about, but it's a very short book, so I'll probably review this one very soon, because I've just been seeing this title. I've seen the name at least a few times, and if something comes up when I'm researching other books, or if it's referenced in other books, it's always a sign that you should pick it up. Because think if Nietzsche, if Jung, if certain people like this are continually talking about Faust, maybe I should read it. And that's my reasoning for Faust being one of the next things I read. So same thing with Siddhartha. I hope I said that right. The next thing is Soulmate by Deepak Chopra. I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I butcher any of these names. I'm terrible at pronunciation. The only language I speak is English, so then it makes my pronunciations of different names incorrect sometimes. So I'm sorry, but this is another name I've seen come up in the spiritual space, in the Eastern philosophy, Eastern ideology space, and I'm just interested to see what this is. And the last book that I picked up is a book that someone's been telling me to read for a while. I cannot remember who's been telling me to read this. It's someone in the comments, it's someone in my live streams, but it's The Power of Now. I already know what the book's going to be about. The book is going to be about present moment awareness and staying in the present moment, but it's going to be an interesting thing to read about, because I think everyone understands present moment differently. I think we all conceive these things differently, and the more ways you can see things, the more ways you can conceptualize them and kind of synthesize all of these arguments into one, and better understand how you view things. Because there's people that believe in reading the same book like 100 times to really get the depth of it, to really understand every facet of the argument or every facet of the book or what the author's trying to say. But my personal opinion is I like to read a lot of different books about the same subject to kind of synthesize all of these different beliefs together, because I mean, Nietzsche says great things about human existence, so does Jung, so does Seneca, so does all pretty much any philosopher that's remembered says something noteworthy about history. And I want to base my worldview off of a accumulation of them. I don't want to base it off one. That's just my opinion, but yeah, hopefully this is something that we continue doing. Maybe this is something I do every week. Maybe this is something I do every month. I think this is going to be a new fun video style, a new fun thing to do. So yeah, let me know if you guys do this as well. Let me know if you guys find anything good at thrift stores, because I'd be so interested to hear like the finds that we have. If you want to go into my Discord, send it there. Send the things that you find for super cheap, or the random books that you find at a garage sale or whatever it is. Like I just think this is going to be a cool thing to start sharing with you guys, a cool thing to start doing. And yeah, with that said, love you guys so much. I already mentioned my Discord. That's where you find out when I'm streaming. That's when you'll find out other things about me, more day-to-day stuff. If you want my own writings, go ahead, join my school community. We're writing a really interesting thing right now. It should be out in the next few days, if I feel that surge of motivation. If I don't feel motivated, I will eventually get it out, but I just had a genius idea, and hopefully I actually put pen to paper. Hopefully I actually write it out. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.